Good morning, CSL. Good morning, CSL Asheville. My soul is welcome here. Stand if you're able and join us in our opening song this morning, which is We Let It Be. Here we go. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. Yeah. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. The light. We let the light wash over us. We let it be. The grace. We let the grace wash over us. We let it be. Peace. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. Feel that joy. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. Love. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. Say that last line again. We let it be. Yes.
Thank you, Melody and One Voice. That was beautiful. Isn't it a terrific fall day in Asheville, you all? It's just so beautiful out there. As Melody did, I again want to welcome you. Thank you for being here and being a part of spiritual community today. Whether you're online, you're welcome, or in the room, we're just really thrilled to have you here today. So first off, I want to remind us that if you have your cell phone, feel free to take a picture, share where you are, and just in the act of kindness, if you could just, turn it off so that it doesn't ring during service, that would be terrific. Our first announcement today is Better Together, and it's our racial inclusive group that meets in the education building at 1:30. It's 12:30. Thank you. It's a very exciting time. And Sherry Free, if you could raise your hand. Sherry is one of the leaders of this group. If you have any questions before you decide to brave something new, trust me, she will make you feel so comfortable and welcome. One of the things that our practitioners and ministers do here are spiritual mind treatments, as you know. And in the foyer, there is these slips of paper are in the foyer, and what you do is you fill it out before you leave. There is a very secure box with a slot in it. You slide it in there, and our practitioners will take that into their hearts and into their prayers for a whole week long. So if there's any little thing or medium thing that you need, feel free to do that. If you have something that's a little bigger need, we have our community care program. We rise by lifting others. And we're very fortunate to have Chaplain Judith in the house. She's back helping in our sound booth today. Chaplain Judith and Reverend James, our two chaplains, and they would love to lead and guide you through those bigger problems in life that may need something a little bit more than just a week's worth of prayer from your practitioners. So we do have so many inspiring things that are happening. As I mentioned, it's fall. We have a new minister. God only knows what's going to happen around here in a few weeks when she gets her feet under her, right? We're going to be doing things left and right. So I encourage you that if you miss a service or can't be here, go to our website at csla.org and make sure that you don't miss a thing, because we are going to get really active around here. Last Sunday, we had a terrific time welcoming our new minister. We had a magnificent chili feed. There was chili everywhere. I want to thank Sue Washington, who can't be here today, but she made those huge pots of chili for us. And they must have been good because they're gone. I was hoping for some leftovers, but oh well. I also want to thank those that helped clean up, because by far, we created the biggest evidence of having had a good time I've seen yet. And so if you're one of those people that helped me be able to go home at a reasonable hour last week and get our kitchen back in order, could you stand up so we could acknowledge you? April and Margot, I really want to say thank you to you as well. We just couldn't have done it. Sheila, thank you so very much. So now we are going to do our affirmation. If you would like to join me, there is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. And with that, we light the light.
I'm letting go. I'm letting go so that Spirit can fill me. I'm letting go. I open my heart. I open my heart so that Spirit can fill me. I open my heart. I sing my song. I sing my song so that Spirit can fill me. I sing my song.
Is always. Spirit is always. Love, beauty, glorious abundance. But just in case we haven't been paying attention, now is the time when she loudly trumpets her magnificence by spreading this vast array of colors all around us. Like a peacock displaying its amazing tail feathers of infinite color, announcing its power and magnificence. We are living inside a kaleidoscope of vibrant colors all around us, 24 hours a day. This is Spirit calling to us. Pay attention. And this magnificence, this beauty, is in, through, and as each one of us. For we are Spirit. All of this is who we are. And so we celebrate. We celebrate the health of our bodies. We are strength. We are stamina. We are energy. We are vitality. And we celebrate our abundance of finances. We have more than enough to live our lives of meaning, purpose, joy, and service. And we celebrate our loving relationships with our friends, our chosen family, and with every person we meet. And we celebrate our unique gifts that we bring to this world to make it a better place for all beings. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful for these teachings that show us the truth of who we really are. I am so grateful for CSL Asheville and our continuation of celebrating our new senior minister, Dr. Suzi Schadle. For Spirit has definitely answered all our prayers and delivered to us the perfect person to lead us into our new next chapter. And we go with great joy. and I release my words into loving, accepting law. And together we say, and so it is.
I sing my song. I sing my song so that spirit can fill me. I sing my song, and I'm letting go. Ooh, I'm letting go so that spirit can fill me. I'm letting go.
Thank you, Jen, for that wonderful opening prayer. It was beautiful. So today's reading is going to preface what Reverend Suzi is going to talk to us about. She'd mentioned that she was going to go back to basics. And so she's going to talk about the principle and the premise, some cause and effect. And as I was preparing my reading, I realized that this conversation started with someone so important to Dr. Holmes, and that was Emerson. Many of you may recognize this book if you've taken classes before. And Emerson just happens to be one of my favorites. And I can understand why Ernest Holmes fell in love with his writings as a teen, trying to figure out a new way of spiritual thinking. So this particular essay is entitled Circles. And won't change any of the words since I'm reading his writing. So forgive if a few of the words aren't relevant to how we necessarily write today. The I is the first circle. The horizon which it forms is the second. And throughout nature, this primary picture is repeated without end. It is the highest emblem in the cipher of the world. St. Augustine described the nature of God as a circle whose center was everywhere and its circumference nowhere. We are all our lifetime reading the copious sense of these first of forms. One moral we have already deduced in considering the circular or compensatory character of every human action. Another analogy we shall now trace, that every action admits of being outdone. Our life is an apprentice to the truth that around every circle, another can be drawn, that there is no end in nature, but every end is a beginning. But there is always another dawn risen on mid-noon, and under every deep, a lower deep opens. This fact, as far as it symbolizes the moral fact of the unattainable, the flying perfect, the moral fact of, the unattainable, the flying perfect, around the hands of man can never meet. At once the inspirer and the condemner of every success may conveniently serve us to connect many illustrations of human power in every department. There are no fixtures in nature.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I'm feeling down and blue, I found a trick I'll share with you. I can choose a better way with every little thought I think. If I wake with a bad attitude, fill my mind with gratitude, I give thanks for everything with every little thought I think. I can choose to be happy, choose to be free, moment by moment, it's all up to me, 'cause what I think about, I bring about, laying is day, with every little thought I think. What you thinking? 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 What you're thinking? When I'm feeling down and blue, I found a trick I'll share with you. I can choose a better way with every little thought I think. I can choose to be happy, choose to be free. Moment by moment, it's all up to me. About it's the way it is, and there is no doubt. Day by day, I pave the way with every little thought I think. That's right. Every little thought I think. One more. Every little thought I think.
What are y'all thinking? You're thinking it's yeah. You know what? I mean it. What are y'all thinking? Shout it out.
Joy. Great day. Fun. Happy you're here. Relief. Love. Energy.
Okay, let's all go home. All right. Now just pay attention for the rest of the day, the rest of the week, the rest of your life, what you're thinking. Because guess what? You're thinking all the time. Unfortunately, most of it is unconscious. So if we get conscious, all those things that you just shouted out will happen. There you go. Thanks for the song, you guys. Appreciate it. It's good to be here. Week 2, still good to be here. Yeah, I came back. The better thing is I actually found my way back because I've gotten lost quite a bit this week driving around. But I did manage to find it today. So I want to tell you a little story. Scientists set out to develop a fish that could live out of water. And so they selected a red herring. I'm sure that was no accident. They selected a red herring and they bred and crossbred it. They manipulated it. They chromosomed it. They hormoned it till they produced a fish that could indeed live out of water. The project director was worried that the fish might still have a secret desire for water. And so he told his staff, re-educate it, change its very desires. And so the team went to work redirecting its desires and instincts, and the result was a fish that would rather die than get wet. Yeah, sad, isn't it? Proud of what they'd done, the scientists took the fish on the scientific conference circuit so they could show it off. At one of the conferences, a most dreaded thing happened. The fish fell into a small lake on the conference center grounds. It immediately sank to the bottom. Its eyes and gills clamped shut, afraid to move lest it get any wetter than it already was. And it dared not breathe. But every instinct said, breathe it must. And so the fish breathed a tentative gillful of water. Its eyes bulged, its fins flicked, and the fish breathed again and again and began to wiggle with delight. And then it darted off, swimming. Yeah, let's hear it for the fish. The fish had come home and rediscovered water. What a cool thing, right? So it's a good ending. It's a cute story, but what's it got to do with us and anything we care about? Well, let's figure it out. You know, many people, like many of us, upon discovering the science of mind and spirit, feel that same exhilaration and wonder and joy that the fish felt when it got back in water. And so many of us really have taken to this teaching of the science of mind like a fish takes to water. There's something about it that just rings true for us. Did many of you feel that way? It was like, wow, something is just really humming with my soul about this. Many of us resonate with this teaching, and we feel like we've been welcomed home to something that we've always known deep within. And it was always nice to find out that others felt the same. T.S. Eliot wrote, "We shall not cease our exploration, but the end of all of our exploring will be to arrive at the place we started and know it for the first time." And for many of us, that's how it's been to arrive at one of these centers for spiritual living. We feel like we've come home. You know, many of us, like that fish, have been conditioned and hypnotized into forgetting the power and the presence of spirit, which is the natural beingness of each and every one of us. But we get convinced somewhere along the way with layers of varnish that we're somebody else. And it's just not true. And no amount of illusion or conditioning can destroy that instinct that we have for truth. It exists within each and every one of us. We have a yearning to know the truth, to know the deeper meaning of life for each of us and for all of us. Because it is in God that we live and move and have our being. You know, I like to start the fall season by getting back to school. And so I like to get back to the basics of revisiting the basics of our Science of Mind teaching every fall. I think it makes good sense for those of us who have been around for a very long time and those of us who are brand new, that we get back to the basics. And, you know, it's very personal to me. I think that the basics and set a foundation upon which we build from there, and we get creative from there. When I think I started playing the flute when I was 12, something like that. And when I started taking lessons, you know, all I wanted to do was play songs. You know, I mean, every one of us, when we picked up an instrument, we want to play songs immediately. It doesn't happen that way. Darn. And so I started taking lessons, and the teacher said, well, the first thing you have to do is learn how to put the flute together, because it doesn't come that way. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we put it together. And he says, and then you've got to learn these notes. You have to learn what a note is. And then you've got to learn how to finger those notes so that you can blow them through the flute. And then once you've got all that down, which takes a while, by the way, it takes a while to even get a noise out of the flute. And once you've done that, then you play scales. There is nothing more boring than a scale. But you've got to play scales. And if you do that and practice, then you graduate and you get to do etudes. They're little musical studies that sound a little more like a tune, not exactly a song you'd recognize. And then if you do that, you graduate to playing a song. And I think the first song I ever played was Mary Had a Little Lamb. It was not my bliss, but it was a start. And so just like anything, whether it's an instrument or running a marathon or whatever, you have to start with the basics, with the foundation upon which you can build. And so I think it's important that we revisit some of the basics of this teaching so that we can build from there. And so this week, we're going to begin exploring the essence of the science of mind and spirit. And we'll start this week with the principle and the premise behind this teaching. Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, our founder, studied the world's spiritual and wisdom traditions widely. And what he did was he synthesized what he learned from all of that study into a practical philosophy, faith, and way of life that he defined as a correlation of the laws of science, the opinions of philosophy, and the revelations of religion applied to the needs and aspirations of humankind. It was very important to him that all knowledge we could possibly absorb, we needed to make practical and be able to apply in our lives. And that's one of the things that causes us to stand out in a sea of spiritualities, is that we have lots of really great tools, and we actually teach you how to use them. What a concept, right? We don't keep them to ourselves. We teach each other how to use those tools to make not only our own lives better, but everyone's life better, the life of the planet better. And so these teachings give us the ability to have a more awakened awareness of our own spiritual power to transform our life experience. And who doesn't want to continue to develop and enhance your life experience? If you don't, see me after. You know, I don't know about you. I'm guessing many of you have done this just like me. I tried to find my power outside myself, and I found it through things, tried anyway, to find it through things or through people or through work, you know, through my career advancement, through influence, and sometimes when none of that worked, through force. And you know what? I only got a very temporary or a very dubious result every time I tried to find that power outside of me. It doesn't work. Our true power comes from within, and it comes from alignment with the power and the presence of Spirit. And the principles and practices of this teaching can help us to move into that alignment with Spirit. The science of mind has that practical application. It is a practical application of mental and spiritual principles in our lives through the use of the law of cause and effect. Our thinking, our clearest possible thinking, and our most passionate feeling create our beliefs, our consciousness, and our consciousness is the cause of our life experiences. So, as much as we like to blame our parents for the things that have gone on in our lives, guess what? Doesn't work. It's not their fault. We have the responsibility to create the lives we love to live, and we also have the power to do it. We can recreate anything that we've created already. That's how powerful all of you are. So, through the study and the practice of our teaching, we can change unconscious beliefs. That's one of the main things, is to uncover the unconscious beliefs that are running us into amok, and to then create new conditions in our lives through conscious beliefs and intentions. The more conscious we are, the more powerful our lives unfold. Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote this in 1928. Religious science, the science of mind, is psychological, metaphysical, mental, spiritual, idealistic, and practical. It is psychological as it deals with the operations of the human mind. It's metaphysical as it shows the human mind to be an extension of the divine mind. It is mental since it deals with the law of mind. It is spiritual because it reveals a universal spirit inherent in all things. It is idealistic, teaching the greatest ideals ever perceived, and practical because it provides a way by which one may attain these ideals. There is a universal law of cause and effect and a direct relationship between God and man. There is but one mind in the universe, and all inquiry into truth is an inquiry into this one mind. So whether you're aware of it or not, we are constantly using that one mind. Some of us, some of the time, are using it really well, and sometimes we're using it not so well. But we're always thinking into that one mind. So now, this is very important, and you've already gotten some hints of it already this morning. The fundamental principle of the teaching of the science of mind and spirit is God is all there is. Very simple, not easy to live. God is all there is. And how often do we walk around in our lives pretending like we don't know that? Too often. So stop it. God is all there is. It includes everything, everyone, all possibility, because life is one interconnected, unified whole. Not a lot to keep track of. It's one. We can all count up to one, right? There is one life. That life is God. That life is my life now. There's one life. That life is God. That life is my life now. Spirit, the source, is infinite love and intelligence. It is the essence of all creation. It is one life, one presence, one spirit, birthing all creation out of itself. We are all made of God's stuff. All of us are spirit expressing. Each one, all one. So the basic principle, the foundation upon which we build, the basic principle is God is all there is. There is one life. That life is God. That life is my life now. So I'm going to ask you to say that together after me. God is all there is. There is one life. That life is God. That life is my life now. Oh, I like that. There was some energy around that. Good. Embrace that. And beyond embracing it, embody it. Embody that. Now, there's a premise underpinning that very important principle of the science of mind. And that premise is there is a presence and a power for good in the universe greater than we are, and we can use it. There is a presence and a power in the universe for good greater than we are, and we can use it. Okay? And this power also uses us to express itself in the world. So it's a partnership, guys. You know, we always know, I think, and believe that we need spirit in order to be powerful and be all that we can be. But you know what? Spirit needs us too, to be expressed in the human experience. And so this power uses us to create and express itself in that human experience as we learn to cooperate with the unfoldment of spirit in and through and as each one of us. It's important that we be that conduit for spirit to express, because although there's one spirit, it expresses in a multiplicity of form through us in various and beautiful, unique ways. I may have said this before. I've only spoken here twice, but I may have said this before because I love the visual of this. Houston Smith said that it's like looking through a stained glass window. It's one sun shining through and reflecting through all those various colors in the stained glass. So there's one spirit expressing itself through the stained glass of humanity, and we're part of that stained glass. We are co-creative with spirit. That's how powerful we are. And we enhance not only our own lives when we're in co-creation with spirit, we enhance the lives of others, and we enhance the life of the planet. We enable ourselves to fulfill the vision of centers for spiritual living, which is we are creating a world that works for everyone. That world hasn't existed yet, but if I have anything to do with it, we're going to experience it before I leave this planet. So we've got some work to do. We need to get busy, right? Wouldn't you like to live in that world? Yeah. And I aim to do it. And I'm not 25. I'm 35 plus. Or what was it, Jack, when he said I'm 49? Yeah. So let's create that world. Let's create that experience of a world that works for everyone. We can do that. It's an awesome power that we've been given. It's an awesome partnership that we've been given. And so, you know, how do we approach this awesome power that we can use to change our lives and change the lives of humanity and the planet? I say we approach it with wonder and awe. Awe. A, acknowledge it. W, work with it. E, expand it. And I happen to believe that spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer, is one of the greatest tools, one of the greatest spiritual tools that our teaching has to offer the world. It is powerful beyond measure. 5 steps of affirmative prayer. Recognition, unification, realization, thanksgiving, and release. It goes with an acronym, R-U-R-T-R. Are you ready to receive? I just so happen to be wearing a bracelet that was made by a practitioner from Colorado. She makes these story bracelets. They each have a spiritual theme, and all the beads and all the little things on the bracelet support that theme. This one is spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer, and it has all those things. Are you ready to receive? Reminds me to be ready to receive those 5 steps of prayer. And so we move into awe, We acknowledge the power of prayer by first through recognition. We acknowledge it. God is all the good there is. And then we work with it through unification. I am one with Spirit and one with all the positive and good qualities and attributes of Spirit. And then we expand it through realization, realizing the truth. Because once we know that God is all there is and I am one with that, we realize the truth that that good which we seek is already so. We already have it. And then what happens? Well, we can't help but be grateful. So we move into what I call the faith step, thanksgiving. We give thanks without need of any proof or evidence because we know if God is all there is and I'm one with God and I realize the truth that the good I seek is already with me, then I can't help but be thankful, right? So we move right into thanksgiving, not for the thing, thanksgiving that we have awakened to the truth. We give thanks for being awake. And then we expand upon this awe and wonder by releasing it. I release, I let go, I let God, and I let this good be so in my life right now. Right now. That's it. It's simple. It's not easy for us to remember to use it. So, you know what would be good is if we just reminded each other. Awe. Somebody, in the beginning of that song, When I'm Down in Blue, yeah, change your thinking, right? When somebody's down in blue, you say, oh. Acknowledge it, work with it, expand it through spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer. It is the quickest way that I know to shift belief. It's powerful. It's the best way for us to collaborate and co-create with Spirit is to do the work on our own beliefs, shifting our own belief system. First, we have to uncover it, and then we go, whoa, that's kind of limiting. I'm going to shift that into something more powerful through the power of spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer. I mean, you can do this on a cocktail napkin, guys. It's real quick and easy to do. I'll never forget the time that I realized I was really getting this stuff and that I was really living it. I won't go into the whole story, but the long and the short of it was I discovered that my car had been stolen from in front of my house. And instead of going into first I went into disbelief, I have to admit that. I was like, I'm standing in an empty space, still not believing my car is gone. Took a minute. And then I'm like, wow, my car's gone. And instead of going into a tizzy or doing what I would normally do, the first thing I thought of was, I got to run in the house and I got to call my prayer team. And so I called a minister who alerted all the rest of the prayer team. And then I called the police and the insurance company. And you know what? I got that car back in a week. And the other part that was kind of cool, I had my, in the tape deck, I think, in the car, was it tapes then or CDs, I guess? There was a CD from church. It was from last Sunday's service. And then several other ones in the glove box. And they took those. And I thought, please, God, have them listen to these. They left me some really bad CDs, though, I got to tell you, really bad ones. But I realized, wow, I'm living this stuff because my natural default is to go into prayer. How cool is that, right? So that's how we know, because it's our most powerful tool to shift our own belief system, because prayer moves belief, which moves consciousness, which moves creation. And so we have a recreation and we have a new experience. A clear, vivid thought and a vivid, powerful feeling creates inner beliefs that create a new outer experience. It is done unto you as you believe. You know that old saying, I'll believe it when I see it? That's backwards. I'll see it when I believe it. Belief is powerful. Sometimes in our erroneous beliefs, we feel like a fish out of water. That's when we've forgotten the truth of who we truly are. And we've forgotten the power that we have inherent within us. And what's wonderful is the teaching of the science of mind and spirit give us tools for remembering who we truly are, and not only remembering it, but living from who we truly are, living from spirit. Wow, that's an interesting, somebody's living from something out there. Interesting. So this is what I love about this teaching. We have the practical tools that anybody can just do even a surface study of these tools and be able to change their lives. That's powerful. That is a gift that keeps on giving. So know that we're blessed. We're blessed to be a part of this. And we would be a blessing if we offered this to folks who haven't found it yet. You know, sometimes we're very shy about letting people know where we get our spiritual sustenance. There are other things that I think are more scandalous that we would divulge than where we show up on Sunday morning or some other time during the week when there's something going on. Share your good, because it increases your experience of the good when you do. Okay? Things you keep to yourself, you squeeze the life out of them. Give it away. Give it away and it grows, and it bounces back to you. So next week we're going to take a deeper dive into the practice and the promise of the teaching of the science of mind and spirit. So we'll go a little bit deeper next week. And in the meantime, blessings on your journey with the essence of the science of mind and spirit. Begin by believing and embodying the principle, God is all there is. There is one life. That life is God. That life is my life now. And the premise, there is a presence and a power for good in the universe greater than we are, and we can use it. And together we say, and so it is. Amen.
Something's calling me. Something's calling me. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Let's say that again. Something's calling me. Something's calling me. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. So I want y'all to think about that now. What's calling to you? Just take that inside. And I'm going to ask you to sing it with us. Just the words. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Here we go. Something's calling me. I'll sing this one. Something's calling me. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Long dark nights my soul wanders, can't see the light that moves me. If God is everything and everywhere that I belong, Spirit, gently wake me from my sleep. Everybody. Something's calling me. Yeah. Something's calling me. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Let's do that again. Something's calling me. Something's something's calling me. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. One more time. Something's calling me. What's calling you? Something's calling me. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before.
Thank you, Melody. And one voice, all of you, all of us. I'm April Connor. I'm a licensed practitioner here at the center, as well as your center administrator. Are there anybody in the room for the very first time? If you would raise your hand. Excellent. Yay. So Margaret here, if you'll keep your hands raised, Margaret has a couple of, she has a blue card for you to fill out. It's just a little bit of information so we can share all the fabulous things that are happening here. I'm going to let her get around the room. I'd like to invite our prosperity acceptors to come forward, please. Please take out what you're going to give. This is the segment of this beautiful celebration where we say thank you to this amazing place. And if you're watching online, please hit that donate now button frequently. In the room, we have QR codes on the back of the chairs as well as giving envelopes so you can give in an identifiable way. And take out what you're going to give and hold it next to your heart, saying thank you for the message, thank you for this place, thank you for the heat and the air that we both have working this morning. Thank you for life itself and this joyous expression of living. And join me in saying our affirmation together aloud. I affirm that all CSL Asheville's accounts now and continually are filled with an all-sufficiency of visible funds to meet all its needs, wants, desires, and commitments with a divine surplus to share and to spare. And so it is.
Grateful, grateful, I am so grateful for all that I have, all that I am grateful, so grateful.
And I am grateful. I am grateful for all that the love in this room, all the love that is in these baskets, all the love that we take and we deposit and we pay the bills and we keep the lights on and we have fabulous events and activities that continue to share this message of love and wisdom with the world. For we are a place of peace, a beacon of light, a tower of strength, and a fountain of wisdom that touches lives around the globe because of the love in this room, because of the love that we are. I am so deeply grateful, and I simply let it go and let it be so. And so it is. So it is Second Sunday. So we have the opportunity to celebrate you. If you have a birthday in October, please come forward. Come on. Yay!
Ready, everyone? You know this one. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. I believe this is the segment of our, yes, let's bring our practitioners forward, please. These are amazing individuals that have done years. I did that. Thank you, Selena. So our practitioners are these amazing individuals that have done years of work on themselves to be able to know the truth for you, no matter what seeming situation is apparent in your life. So if you have an issue or something that is near and dear to your heart, please see one of these practitioners. If not today, then there's the treatment box out on the Welcome Center, and our contact information are available to you on our website as well as in this Waterhouse Social Hall. So, if you will, please stand with me and say our benediction together aloud, and then we're going to sing, and there's birthday cake in the Waterhouse Social Hall. Yay! Benediction to something wonderful is happening to me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in my affairs. I accept it. I am it. I share it. Just the way it appears and just the way it appears not. Thank you, life. And so it is.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around me.
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me know that love is all around me.
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know
let me love